I'm still actually wearing my old helmet, which is a Scorpion EXO 1000. The new helmet, it's actually the second one that I purchased for the HTC Alpha 11 Pro. The first one I purchased in an extra small, as that's what I measured. The first time I measured, I nubed it up, and I thought I would need a extra small. My Scorpion EXO 1000 is actually a small. However, it still, like moves and shakes a bit. So I figured I would need an extra small in the HTC. But what actually happened was the extra small would squeeze my head, like from all sides, maybe about after 10 minutes of wearing it. So I returned that and I purchased the small, and the small did not squeeze my head any longer, but I'm not sure if it's maybe the peak of my head or maybe closer to the front of my body, where the top of my head with the small, it wouldn't squeeze my head, but it would feel like there was no padding. I'm not sure if it just needed more padding in that area, or if it was still small. The bike shop that I usually purchase my gear from is local, but they have they distribute everywhere through their website. So I usually go in locally and stop by and take a look. And they actually didn't have any extra smalls or smalls to try on. I just recently called them last week, and they didn't have any mediums to try on in the Alpha. I mean, they have a whole bunch of RI and Bellstar and the other helmets, but for whatever reason in the HTC Alphas, they didn't have a varied size to try on. So I got a medium to try on, and then hopefully if that one's not too big, then I can keep the Venom helmet. I mean, the graphic is so beautiful and so unique, and I love Marvel. It would be a shame to not have it just because of the shape of the helmet. School buses on railroad tracks. I never knew why they did this. They needed to stop on the tracks. They would open the door and they would hear the train coming or something like that. I don't know what the deal is, but I never understood that when I was growing up, or just driving around and seeing it and having to be stuck behind it. But I don't know if anyone knows why school buses stop on railroad tracks. I always thought it was so they can hear the train coming or something. I don't know, maybe I was just a stupid kid. But if anyone knows why, let me know. But back to the helmet thing. So hopefully the medium works out, because that would be really sad to let that helmet go. It was rated as a really good helmet for this year, and it fit comfortably for the most part, aside from the issues that I experienced. And it had like a slot. I wear glasses, and it had a spot where I can just insert my glasses, and that was just really nice to see incorporated. I'm not sure what the helmet sizes are. I think it's like oval, or no, intermediate oval. It starts off with maybe long oval, intermediate oval, and then round oval. So most of our heads are egg-shaped, and then they get less oval and more circular as you go down the scale. I'm not quite sure where my head fits into that, but the last time when I went, they measured me as a borderline between small and extra small. So we'll have to see We'll have to wait and see. It should actually be here today, after I get home. Doors. Let's see if we can get ahead of that thing, that truck that's picking up that, I don't know what kind of machine that is, some kind of tractor. And look how much room that he was leaving in front of him. And he was in the left lane. This doesn't make sense. I mean, unless he's making a left turn shortly, but I doubt it. Still these guys. That's right, I'm in the rush. Just hit the part of the road that wasn't newly asphalted. I'm not quite sure what this material is. It's the like concrete mixture, but every few, I don't know, feet you hit a little mini speed bump, which is not good. More concrete road with more mini speed bumps. That other road was smooth as butter, and it only took them a few weeks to do it. I mean, that's what it seemed like. I remember them taking like a big grinder, grind up the road, and the road had like all these grooves in it, and then they just laid down the asphalt. And then, like within a day or two of the asphalt actually being laid down, it was drivable upon. Another slow guy. What's up with big trucks in the left lane? Like that road, they just did that road. White picket fence. So school buses, if they stop on the tracks and they hear the train coming, do they have enough power to get away? Oh, look at that guy. Or they just left there in the tracks for the tracks to hit, for the train to hit the bus on the tracks. Seems like you're putting the children in danger. They don't even have seatbelts in buses. How do they not have seatbelts in buses anymore? Or ever? I don't think they ever had seatbelts in buses. I also never understood that. Maybe because in an emergency, if a bus did get hit, it would be easier to collect the kids off the ceiling of the bus or something, instead of having them secured to a bus that's inflamed or something. Also seems like buses have been, at least school buses have been the same design for years. They always look the same. Occasionally you'll get that one flat one that doesn't have like that engine, the engine in the front or it's just like somehow compartmentalized somewhere else. But I mean, they've always looked the same. And like, who makes the buses? Do any of the automotive companies make the buses? Is it a side gig for someone, or is it a company that just makes buses? Why are we stopping? That was kind of bad there. I got distracted with buses. Someone has outgoing mail. Someone else has outgoing mail. You don't often see that. Never knew what the flag was on mailboxes growing up. Mainly because we never had a flag on our mailbox that went up if we had outgoing mail. Which was also kind of weird, since most of these mailboxes that I'm seeing have flags on them. Well, it'd be on the opposite side. Even that little old guy. Nice looking vehicle. This road used to be horrible. I have to see if I have past footage of driving on this road. It was by far one of the worst roads. I'd still take it, because it was like a little secret passageway, until I realized that it wasn't, and it always got busy. But I still would take it. Kind of like a cut-through road. But now this road is probably one of the best roads I've driven on. It took them a long time to do this one, though. I think it's mainly because of the traffic that this road would endure. It's crazy how when you close one road or one street, even if it's just for one direction, how much build-up traffic it can cause miles down the line, where you might not think it's related, but you have some civil engineer who figured, you know, who either doesn't know about the problem, or they can't do anything about the problem because they have to have the road closed. But it just seems like there's a better way to maybe figure out where the congestion is going to lie if you close this road. I mean, you'd have a need to have lots of amount of data to determine where these cars are going, what direction they're traveling, what time of day they're traveling. I mean, I'm sure that's what, you know, a civil engineer does on one of their daily jobs, aside from, you know, doing traffic lights and sewer systems and whatever else civil engineers do. I don't want to go by this guy. Don't stop, don't stop. He stopped. That is always a shame. Well, probably stop right about here at the stoplight, red light, traffic light, whatever they're called in your parts of the world. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and share. Hope you enjoyed the content. Have a good day.